Well, I'm double teaming a tree with my son Kalen, and I've made some interesting observations that I'd like to share with you. This big Chinese elm tree has been topped many times in the past, which has opened it up to sun scald. And at one time, this tree was just butchered. The reason I'm saying that is a lot of people are really talking that it's okay to hard prune trees, and I want to show you clear cut right here what happens. This tree was opened up to sun scald, and all the tops, one time this tree was cut down to just bare nubs, and the sun came out and baked all the tops, and everywhere you look, the tops of this tree have problems. And when you look up in the top, you can see where it was stubbed off at one time, and this is all subsequent new growth. But the damage that occurred, look at this. I don't know if you can see that. There, that one's a little bit clearer. But I'm finding it everywhere, all throughout the whole tree. And it's only because the sun baked on it for such a long time when it was devoid of any upper canopy foliage. It's really important that a tree retain its upper canopy. Now, a tree that you say, well, a tree loses its leaves. Yeah, but in the wintertime, it's not as hot. There's cloud cover, it's raining, and the tree can adapt to it. It's when a tree gets harshly pruned and the sun from the summertime heat just bakes it day after day, week after week. Sometimes it takes months for these things to recover, and the tops will just dry out and crack, and you end up with all these problems. But when you look at the tree from the ground, you look up and say, oh, look at how full and green it is. Look at how nice it is. It's recovered, it's healed, it's this, it's that. It's these long-term problems. Now you've got a bit of a race here. You've got some new active tissue trying to cover up this internal decay, but the decay does not go away. And I know I've said this before, trees do not heal. Trees compartmentalize their wounds. They grow around them. They can strengthen themselves and they can survive despite the wounds. But the battle is always, is the decay going to take over? Is it going to be such a weakness that causes a limb to break? Look at this, all the way out. Everywhere you look up here. The entirety of the top of this tree is suffering primarily from sun scald, secondarily from squirrel damage. Squirrels do chew on these branches as well, and that over there does look like squirrel damage. So what are we doing today? We're trying to keep this tree somewhat the same size without opening up the upper canopy. We're taking out some of the inside suckers. We're taking out some of the dead wood. We're lightening the load on all these heavy branches, because if you let this thing grow now, you have if this tree was not pruned for 5 years in a row, this whole tree would self-destruct simply because of all these weaknesses. The weight that grows on these branches is double or triple or even 4 times as much as it would be normally, because it's been cut back so many times. So we're kind of forced to continue with the mistake here just to keep the tree safe. So we're thinning them out, lightening them up, and this client gets this done every single year. He has to. We did not do the original topping. That was done probably 10, 15 years ago. Hey,